Sometimes a job comes along that nobody else wants. And you look at it and you think to yourself, a person would have to be crazy to take on that mess. Then something inside grabs you and you think to yourself, sure, it's a dirty, thankless job, but somebody has to do it. I'm BugeyeBob, and this is one of those jobs. What the hell are you doing? Okay, let's see if this 71-year-old guy can manually change a tire. First thing we're going to do is break the bead loose and try not to damage the rim. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that. Next thing we want to do is pop the bead up off of the rim. Press down on one side so we get a little slack in it. Pop that up. Come around here. Get that down like that. There we go. That's good. The other side. Jam this down in there. No, that's not going to jam in there very easily. Puts it there. 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 Go, folks. There it is. We're there. Almost. There it is. Let's get it off. This side loose. There's that side loose. Now then, the back door.
What a filthy mess. Apart as far as I can. Over here. Go. 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 There we go. That's how you take the old tire off. Old school. Let's take a look and see what this rim looks like. Lots of oil coming through all over the place. Let's see what the rim itself looks like though. Got some rust along the edges. We're gonna have to clean that all up before we put it back together, but that doesn't look too terribly bad, other than all of that crap on the inside, and that can be scraped off. Oil and dirt, that's all it is. Yeah, that's not looking too terribly bad. It doesn't look as bad as the other one did. All right.
Okay, I've cleaned all the crud off of the inside of that rim and started polishing on it a little bit. Let's take a closer look at some of the things I found on it.
This spot right in here, I'm trying to polish out. If you look at the rim itself, you'll see that there's a little bit of a bump up right here. And you can't see it very well on the inside, but if you look at the outside of the rim, you can see that right there, there's a line coming down around through. And I'm pretty certain that that line, I'll turn around to the back side here, you can see it again coming down around through here. I'm pretty certain that that line is a weld seam. Now this thing right here was deep down. It was a pretty big dip right there, and there's a big hump on this side. That's the sort of place where you're liable to end up with a tire leak if you don't have a tube inside of the rim. And these are supposed to be tubeless rim tires. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this spot right here all polished down to where that line right there is gone. And I'll do the same on this other side when I get around over here. This side's pretty rusted, so it's going to take a lot of work. But I'll do the same on this other side also. Let's talk a little bit more about the blemishes on this. If you look along, you see places like right there. Let me zoom in. Right there, and here's a bad one right here. This right here kind of leads out. See if I can get that in a little bit better light. There's rows of corrosion there that kind of lead out. I'm going to try to polish those all down to where they're fairly smooth. Same with a lot of these things. There's that original one again. Here's a fairly deep one here. You want to try to get all of this as smooth as you can Here's one here. I use this as kind of a, and you can see, I don't know, maybe you can't see, but it starts out here and then it kind of swings out around this way and swings out around this way. There's another one over here, kind of a deep pit, and then some things that swing out. So what you're trying to do is get that as clean as possible and as smooth as possible. You can even have little dips like that in it as long as they're smooth. What you don't want is a groove like this or a trail that will allow, it's deep enough to where the tire won't seat into it. If it's kind of wide and smooth, the tire will seat on it just fine. If it's not, then you're kind of about determined to get a bad leak. I've gone through, tried to clean these all up, get as much of the scratches off as I could, tried to get them to go this way instead of this way. Some of them go a little bit this way, but I think the rubber on the tires, they're new tires, they should seal that up pretty good. Like so and like so. You can see I cleaned all this stuff that was piled up on the back with the grease and everything else. So that's fairly well cleaned out now. Take a second here and we'll take a quick look at all the things that I used. Gum out to clean some crap off with, these twist lock discs. Most of the time I use these small ones. I used up a couple of these, which were very good at what they did. They're typically about 1.5 inches long, inch long, and kind of barrel shaped when they're new. Got to find some more of those. Trusty air die grinder. That. If you haven't seen videos of how to clean crap off of stuff on YouTube, I'm not going to waste my time doing it because it's dull, it's boring, and it just takes a bunch of time. So that's that. Okay, before anybody starts freaking out, this is just a temporary fix to get it so that the car isn't on a flat tire all the time while I'm trying to work on it. These rims will require a lot more work and painting before the car is done. One of the problems we got, which I haven't covered yet, is there's a lot of rust around this, whatever you call it there, the damn thing that lets air into the tire. Give me some side cutters that'll cut that damn thing. Looks like we got some rust around that hole. Let's clean that crap off and see how bad it is. Let's shoot right in close on that. Boom. And we're in. In like flint. Beauteous. All right. Now, where's my tire at? Right. So there's the tire. Put some Stopey stuff on there. And jam that damn tire down in there just as far as we can get it. With any luck, we should be able to tweak this thing on. Let's see here. Go. Some more down on. Right here. Pisser of it is, you gotta come in from the inside. It's good. Underneath there, get the bigger one in, get the really big one in. More about in right here. There, that part's on. We still good? Still get the picture? Hell yes. That's the hardest part. So now 1, 2. There we are. It's on. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm bouncing that so that it pushes the rubber out onto the rim on each side. Now, I should be able to give it some air. And look at it swell up. That's probably good enough for now. All right. 25 pounds. I can put a few more in. Maybe you can see this. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But about 30 pounds. Beauteous. Done. One final thing to do though. Check to see if we got any leaks. Lots of foam from spraying. No bubbly bubblies. No leaks. Let's check this other side out. Lots of foam from spraying. No bubbly bubblies. If there was any leaks, it would show up real big because this would just start bubbling up all over the place. Nothing. Beauteous. And that is how you manually change a tire. Done.
Okay, folks, that's it for this episode of BugeyeBob. I really appreciate you watching and hope that, like me, you've learned a few things during this episode. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video and share it with others. You can help support this project by becoming a member at Patreon. Patreon members get early access to the videos, and in the future there will be Q&A sessions and other live streams for Patreon members. You can follow the project on YouTube and Facebook at the links below. Once again, thank you for supporting this channel, and remember, sometimes the most important job you can do is a dirty, thankless job.